by the elite athlete coordinator. Sawe has turned left off the bridge. He's got just a few hundred meters to go. Now he's seeing him grimace. He is giving it everything here. It has been a remarkable run from Sebastian Kimaru Sawe. The pacemaker's pulled out much earlier than we expected. He's had to do a lot of this work himself. That long sweep there as he came down off the bridge. And then he's heading onto the home straight. He will see the finish gantry very shortly, which was the start gantry for him much less than an hour ago. 57.50 on the clock, and Sebastian Sawe is doing it wonderfully well here. He loves to run. He said he loves the half marathon. This is his distance, and it's certainly his race today. He has the Road to Records, the big Adidas event in Herzogenaurach on the 27th of April to look forward to. He said that's his next big goal. And then he'll do the 10K there on the roads. And then his next goal, he says, will be the Ethiopian 10,000 trails. And he comes towards the line. He's onto the red carpet. It would be good to see the line. And Sawe crosses the line there. 58.24 unofficially by my clock. Sawe in 58.24 gets the big bonus, gets the course record that is 12 years old. Unbelievable running from Sebastian Kimaru Sawe, and it's the quickest time in the world this year by some 20 seconds. And when you think that many of the big races have gone by already, Barcelona, Seville, Ras Al Khaimah, Naples, that is going to be a tough one to shift. Sawe 58.24, and good running here too by Jeffrey Toroitich Kipchumba. He's going to finish in second place. He's managed to shake off the attentions of Mohsin, Patrick Kabadech Mohsin. But it will be a 1-2-3 for Kenya by the looks of things in the men's race. Kipchumba ran 3 halves last year. His debut was a third place in Madrid, where he ran 60.44. Then he won Malaga in a personal best of 59.13. And he's just outside that here today, but it's still been a fantastic run from Jeffrey Toroitich Kipchumba. He's worked really hard. The temperature is climbing all the time. Let's not forget that. Patrick Mohsin will finish in third place. He's eased back on the throttle. It's going to be mighty close to get under 60 minutes here for Kipchumba. 55 on the clock now. He's just going to be outside 60 minutes, I think. There it is, 60 minutes, clicks by. Oh, 60.02 unofficially we'll give him. We'll get this confirmed, of course. But that is a brilliant run from him. He's had a race-long battle with this man, Mohsin. Patrick Kabadech Mohsin crosses the line there in about 60.15. But in the wake of that astonishing run from Sawe, born in Eldoret, lives in Capsabet, coached by Claudio Berardelli and managed by Gianni Di Madonna. And this in fourth place is Gideon Kipatich-Rop. Checking his watch there some way from the line, and he stops his watch as it crosses
1, 2, 3, 4, Kenya.
60.45 will give him unofficially there. We were asked at the press conference yesterday, along with photographs of how not to do it, to not stop their watches on the line, because the photographers, of course, like to get great photos of them. Well, still really good running in these temperatures that are climbing all the time here in Prague. Certainly my commentary cabin near the finish line is sweltering, I can tell you that for free. And Jackson Kavesa-Mwema, well, he's a 65.38 performer. Bizarrely, he is many minutes better than that, and we knew it. He was 48th in Tokyo back in October, but here today he's taken several minutes off that. And Mohsin, he's had a good run as well. One of the Moroccans that's here. That's Mohsin Altala, 25-year-old, is a 60.26 performer. He'll have been a little bit outside that. Well, it's 19 degrees. The temperature is climbing here in Prague. It's not ideal. Once you get up to 20, then it starts becoming quite uncomfortable. The masses, many of them are going to be really needing those thousands of bottles of water out on the course. But Jackson Mwema suddenly realised he was under a bit of a threat there. I got him at 62 exactly as Mohsin crosses the line in, 62.06. And our other athletes coming through as well. That's one of the pacemakers. Looking strong. Damongole is coming in. He's going to run a pretty useful time, under 63 minutes, I think. And M2, that is another of the pacemakers as well. That's the second group pacemaker, Peter Kwali Kapsarat. He's a 61.35 performer. That was at... going to be champion here in Prague. She's worked so hard for this, crosses the line in 68.07 unofficially, and Chalanga about 3 seconds down. We'll call that 68.11. Really close race between those two. Chalanga has given her all, has run herself into the ground, almost literally. Look, the support team from Runcheck, the elite team, doing a fabulous job of looking after these athletes as they cross the line, because I think they know full well. Tesfaye here is grimacing. She's a 66-minute athlete, but she's going to be some 3 minutes or more outside that here today. Melly, I think, is going to run out of road. Nixty Tesfaye crosses the line there in 69.32, and literally 2 or 3 seconds back is Melly. Well, the conditions are tough. You saw there, Tekla Michael, the race winner, reduced to just sitting down and trying desperately to recover. And Sultan Haydar there of Turkey, the former Ethiopian, comes home for what I think is 5th place. Haydar is a 69-minute performer. So that winning time from Tekla Michael by, I think, 3 seconds. Just confirm for you, 68.07. And Chinalu. Well, and Chinalu Desi Genane. Now she too has been found out by the conditions, I think. She's a 67.30 athlete. She came 3rd in Milan last year in that time, 67.30. She ran 5 halves last year, a couple of 68s and a 71 and a 72. Never run on the track. Maybe all those half marathons from last year catching up on her. She won the Milan half marathon on the 24th of March, just checking. And actually, 68.06 is confirmed, by the way, there, as you can see, for Tekla Michael. But Chinalu here, well, I think she's finished in 6th place. And her time, it would have been around 71.20. She's run many minutes quicker than that. She will be desperately disappointed with that. She was 6th in the African cross-country championships back in February in Tunisia. Her form's been pretty good. 2 weeks ago, she won the Milan half marathon in 67.55. She won by 18 seconds. So the wheels really have come off today for her. And I wonder if it is the conditions. What I haven't really mentioned, I should have done, is that it's not only hot here in Prague now, it's humid, because we had a lot of rain on Thursday night, and it poured down actually. So there was a lot of dampness in the air on the soft ground, and maybe these warm temperatures are sucking that up out of the ground, and they're running in very humid conditions here, these athletes. 72 minutes on the clock, and the finishing density beginning to increase a little bit more now. Jennifer Gulkes of the Netherlands, the 29-year-old there, she is in the blue. She's a 72-minute athlete. She will finish a few seconds outside her best. She ran that in The Hague. She was 5th in The Hague just recently. The grimace says it all, doesn't it? Frustrating, I suppose, for a lot of these athletes when the conditions were just about perfect, but the temperature has just scuppered in his chances of really special. Teresa Khrochova of the Czech Republic in the pink The 28-year-old, she's a 72.04 performer. She's going to be outside 73 minutes. That's just come up on the clock. So for these latter runners, as the temperature would appear to be climbing pretty quickly, it's been a tough last half hour or so. That might have added a minute or so to many of these times. Rocheva finishing pretty strongly, mind you. There's good form from her. It's her 15th half marathon. She's very, very experienced. She was 8th here last year. She's going to be around that sort of position. I think 8th or 9th here today with Teresa Rocheva. Couldn't hang on to it and eventually was defeated by a determined run from Kepler Michael, who was seesawing over the latter stages, it seemed, in her form, but eventually came out on top for an Ethiopian win, albeit half a minute or so slower than her time in the Ras Al Khaimah half marathon back on the 24th of February, where she was 8th, 67.25. Well, third in the men's race was Patrick Mosin, as I said. Patrick Cabaret Mosin. He's a 59.31 performer normally. He did that when he won Malaga last year. He also won Malaga again this year on the 1st of March, but in a slower time, 60.13. In fact, exactly a minute slower. Second place was Kipchumba, Jeffrey Troisic Kipchumba. But the champion and the event record holder now, the fastest in the world this year. He's reigning world champion in the half marathon from Riga last October, Sebastian Kimaru Sawe. A 29-year-old's form this morning was quite fantastic. Much better run than last week in Belgrade, and was 7th at the World Cross Country Championships in that Serbian capital. This young man, a late developer, you could say, who really was relatively anonymous until he was 22, 23. His next target now is on the 27th of this month. So, 3 weeks away, he'll be running in Herzegovina, the Adidas headquarters, and the races they put on annually every April for around their sort of campus, as you could call it. He'll be running the 10K there, and then all eyes focused on making the Kenyan team over 10,000 meters for Paris, the Paris Olympic Games, now 17 weeks away. Carlo Capalbo to left of picture in the yellow t-shirt. He is the genius, the mastermind behind the Run Check company and their series of races. He's the founder, the man who had the idea of the Super Halves series, which Berlin has just joined. And in fact, just this afternoon, in a couple of hours' time, Carlo will be getting the train to Berlin, because the Berlin Half Marathon tomorrow is one of the Super Halves series. The other races in the Super Halves series include Cardiff and Copenhagen, and Lisbon, the Trinidad, Valencia, Trinidad Alfonso Zurich half marathon, the Valencia half, of course.
Ladies and gentlemen, the national anthem.
58.24 now, they're saying. Sawe's time is officially, I think we saw it 58.23. 60.01 for Kipchumba in second. On his own at the front, he had to make the tempo, and that is worth a great deal. Having to lead the race for most of the race in warm conditions and running 58.24 promises so much more. There's more to come from Sawe, surely. I know he can go under 58 minutes. And then the women's race, well, we had a battle royal. Yeska Chalangat finishing in second place eventually for Kenya, behind Gete Alameahu, Tekla Michael's pink vest. Tekla Michael winning her. Tekla Michael 68.10 eventually, and Chalangat 68.13. Just 3 seconds in it after well over an hour of hard running. And Gulka.
so happy today. Running my BB in Prague. I'm so happy.
Years later, Sebastian Sawe has run 58.23, the fastest time in the world this year. It's a quite magnificent performance from the reigning world. Brilliant from him to take that home to his family. There is confirmation of the times for the first few in that men's race. Many athletes struggling indeed. Sawe, the only athlete inside 60 minutes on this occasion, as he destroyed some great runners behind him, Kip Jumba and Mosin, and